Okay, you're good.
Alright, so before we get started using the miter saw itself, you gotta remember to always mark your cuts so you know exactly how much you want. So if you want to cut this wood at like 6 inches, you mark here and you like bring it down, make sure it's straight and level the whole time, and you mark there, and then you can use those 2 dots to make sure you have a straight perpendicular line to the wood, like that.
Wow.
Alright, so before we get started, after you make the cut, make sure you have your safety glasses on, because you'll look like a raccoon by the end of this. Alright, so once you have your safety goggles on, you can go ahead and change what degree you want it at. It doesn't actually line up with the middle, this indicator, like you think. It's this red little marker right here. So 0 degrees is where this red hits the little 0. But you just press this thumb thing down and you can rotate it left and right. And once you're at the proper degree, we're gonna do a straight line. You lock it in place.
Thanks, Colin.
Okay, so once you have your piece of wood here that's nice and marked, you go ahead and you can place it down on the bench. Make sure it's lined up perfectly against the back fence here. And you can go ahead and line it up by don't press this handle, do not press the handle. As you see, as you bring the saw down, this cover moves back. And you can use that to line up your wood. So you line it up with the purple little mark that I made. That looks about right for this. And then you clamp it into place with this little clamp right here. This is going to take a minute because this thing takes forever to move. Just a quick another feature of this machine is that you can actually rotate the angle of the cut, once again using this little red indicator. Don't put your hand there like I did ever. But once you're ready to finally make your cut, what you do is you turn the blade on at the top of the spin, and then you're going to go all the way through the piece of wood and bring it out, and once it's clear of the wood, then you can let go of the handle. Alright, make sure you keep your hands fully clear of the machine. I haven't used this in 4 years. See? There you go. Perfectly chopped piece of wood. Imagine if your finger was there. That would suck. And now we're going to quickly demonstrate how to do a bit of a curved cut. So I didn't exactly mark out the degree that this is at, but it looks like it's roughly 32 degrees, something like, no, that's like 27 degrees. Let's go with that. Once again, you just line it up. That looks pretty good. Make sure your hands and feet are clear of the machinery, and we'll just do it again. And there you go. A nice curved cut. Not curved, angled cut. And remember, once you're done with the saw, always vacuum it up.
After finishing cutting your wood, you're going to need to sand it so it doesn't look like garbage. And it doesn't feel like this, all rough. It's just splintery. So you're going to need one of these puppies. This nice little belt sander we got here. Okay, first step. Use these clamps. And put on your safety goggles. We're going to clamp this in place. After putting on your safety glasses and firmly clamping your wood into place, you're going to need to grab this belt sander. One hand here. One hand here. Here we go. And stop it.
Can you make vroom vroom sound effects?
Unfortunately, we can't show you what actually happens when you sand it, because someone decided it was a brilliant idea to brutally rip off the part that holds the sandbag in place, meaning that if you try and use this, you're going to get sawdust all over your body. No bueno. After you're done sanding using this perfectly functional belt sander, you're going to need to unplug it. So, here we go. It's unplugged. Next step, if you ever need to replace the belt, you're going to grab this little orange handle thing you see right here, and then flip it up. Now that loosens the belt, so you can take it out. Here's your new nifty old belt. Stick this right in there, if I can. There we go. Last step. Nice.
I'm a hero. I'm holding Now, if the belt sander doesn't work, and you want another option to sand, you can use the orbital sander. It's called the orbital sander because this thing spins in circles. Now, to use the orbital sander, make sure your wood is clamped and your safety glasses are on. For the orbital sander, this little button right here turns on and off the sander. Make sure it is off before you plug it in. Thank you for your time. Now I will perform a live demonstration of how you use the orbital sander. Wasn't that awesome? Look at how soft and smooth it is. Now, when you use the orbital sander, make sure you grasp it firmly, otherwise it'll move around a lot. If you want to replace the sandpaper, make sure it's unplugged. Then take it off, get your new piece of sandpaper, and make sure it lines up with the air intake holes. Like so. Remember, only sand
Unpainted
wood.